we heard from App State head coach Scott Satterfield and UT head coach Jason Candle about their time together on staff in Toledo. Maybe someday they'll match the championship pedigrees of two of the other coaches in attendance today in Mobile, as Bob Stoops and Bobby Bowden, both with national titles on their resumes, were guests of the Dollar General Bowl. Zach Herrick rejoins us with more from the two coaching legends.
Well, it was a packed house here in downtown Mobile today for the Mayor's Luncheon. This is one of the final stops for the Rockets before tomorrow night's Dollar General Bowl with Appalachian State. The Rockets had a chance today during lunch to listen to two very good keynote speakers in Bobby Bowden and Bob Stoops, two legendary coaches who are very familiar with the Toledo program.
They've done a great job. I've just followed, being an Ohio guy myself from Youngstown. I've always followed, Toledo and how well they've done and continue to do. Coach Candle's done a great job, and in our league now we deal with Matt Campbell, who former Toledo coach. So and I know Jason, was with them. So anyway, they do a great job. Really great coaches.
Yeah, they beat my son Terry Bowden up in Akron twice this year, and they're real good. Ought to be a heck of a ball game tomorrow night.
For Bowden, returning back to his home state is always a pleasure, especially when he can hit the links.
I enjoy being back to Mobile. One of my earliest childhood friends lives here. He's been here 50 years. He's a young man like me. He's over 80, So it's always good to get back and visit him and my friends and play golf. My claim to fame in Mobile is funny. I was 81 years old, but I still play golf. And I got my first hole-in-one here, And it's funny, it's 81 years of age. I went 50 years without getting a hole-in-one. When I got in my 80s, I've got two. I can't wait to get in my 90s.
Meanwhile, for Stoops, it's an unusual situation. He retired in June after 17 seasons at Oklahoma, which included 10 Big 12 titles and 1 national championship. Now he's getting used to being away from coaching.
Well, it's different for me. I'm usually at a bowl game being a participant. So now I'm watching a couple other coaches sweat it out the day before the game and do all this kind of stuff when really all you want to do is get back and meet with your team. So anyway, a little bit different, but I'll do my part for the Mayor's Luncheon and then be on my way.
For Jason Candle, Bowden and Stoops were two coaches he looked up to when he was younger, especially with Stoops and his Northeast Ohio ties.
I always say this, in Northeast Ohio, there's two things to do. You can either go work in a steel mill or coach football, right, coach? And most of the steel mills are closing. So another guy I had a ton of respect for as a young coach watching grow up, and he might not remember this, but in 2002 or 3, I don't know, one of the conventions that he was speaking at, I was a 22-year-old assistant at Mount Union, and he opened his talk with, if you want to get to where you want to go, you need to get off the computer and stop printing out resumes and sending things to where you want to send it, and you just need to do the best you can at your job. And that really stuck with me, and I remember that vividly, and kind of guided me as a young coach to kind of be where I'm at today, I think.
Kind of hard to put into perspective that we had over 500 career wins between 4 head coaches, all under one roof today in Mobile. From the Convention Center, Zach Herrig, BCSN.